demanding me to accept the life or the reality, in order to continue my writing. I was in China during the Beijing Olympic, and it was also quite interesting because the Olympics start at 8th of August this year. But exactly 20 years ago, in the 8th of August 1988, that was the day I left China. Tiananmen is the most important image in our life, and especially it's linked directly with the Tiananmen massacre, which has happened in the 4th of June 1989. And I actually have a short poem and simply titled 1989. This poem actually also represents a question which I raised in my mind, because all people, including myself, when we watch the Tiananmen massacre, on the TV, and we were crying, a lot of people were surprising, for the blood, for the kill, for the dead. But at the same time, I cry, but I question myself too. And if we crying and for that, just like our very first time to see the tragedy, but where is our memory about all the dead and the deaths before, happened before? And so this poem, 1989, end up with a sentence. This is no doubt a perfectly ordinary year, which is, of course, not ordinary for many people, including myself. But it's ordinary if we don't think Tiananmen is one happening, but actually is a symbol of a human situation, at least the Chinese situation, for a long, long, long time. I call myself a survivor, and my writing is a survivor's writing. My works have been banned by the Chinese government after Tiananmen massacre. The censorships it still happened in China. My website had been blocked away at the end of last year, and I think that may be a sign of a kind of a warning to myself. But so far, beyond that, I can still go back to China, visit my father. I didn't publish a new book, but my works sometimes been published by magazines in China. China is a hugely now becoming the high technical country. It's everywhere, the mobile phones, everywhere it's internet and emails, blogs, clearly criticize on the government. You can almost feel there is a kind of freedom of speech. But on the other side, the money, the commercial power is coming too. So to be an independent thinker, you can still feel the political control, but on the other side, your self-censorship is coming, and you have been bought by the money. China today is a money cultural revolution, which means the worst communism plus the worst capitalism. And the power and the money come together to control people's individual thinking. And now the young people face to not only money but also difficulties like unemployment, how to find a job, how to fighting for, get a chance of a job or something, like everywhere. People who write poetry in China, at least there was 1 million people, and most of them are young people. And so in that case, again, we don't see them because the population is so big in China. But if you visit some poetry website, like live, they call the poemlive.com, 诗生活, it's a very serious, very big and colorful poetry site.
谁说死者会互相拥抱，像一匹匹马，鬃毛银灰，站在窗外结冰的月光中。
My poetry is always with, let's say, painful feeling or very dark images, which is, I think, deeply linked with my life experience, including political life experience. But I don't want to treat my poetry as like a simple, simply like a political tool, because life is much deeper than only political. I talk to my European or foreign poets friends. I find we understand each other without any problem, and the poetry represents some deeper layer than language, because the poetic understanding is almost like a lightning.
墓地后边是大海。